Let's go.
Do it to it.
Christina Quadros. Mademoiselle Christina travaille avec l'équipe Loiselle depuis...
2 ans. Presque 2 ans.
Presque 2 ans, exact. Je pense que c'était au mois de mars ou février l'année passée qu'elle a commencé avec nous. Donc, je veux faire des petites introductions à certains courtiers dans notre équipe ou idéalement à tous les courtiers dans notre équipe. C'est juste que je vais faire beaucoup de vidéos.
Oui.
Donc, je commence avec Christina. Christina est une des courtiers qui a les meilleures valeurs, selon moi, dans l'équipe, qui a des valeurs de famille très importantes, des valeurs de travail très importantes aussi, et puis d'autres valeurs. Vous allez apprendre à la connaître tout simplement aujourd'hui. Vous allez apprendre à la connaître en anglais. Parce que Christina est un peu plus anglophone que francophone, malgré qu'elle parle bien en français.
C'est juste que je vais avoir beaucoup plus de personnalité si on fait l'entrevue ou le podcast ou le Sam Show en anglais.
All right.
Sorry, not sorry.
Parfait. Ben, je vais me forcer à switch mes questions en anglais. On va commencer avec des rapid fire questions.
Go.
Christina, est-ce que tu es prête?
Oui.
Tu es prête? 1, 2, 3, c'est parti. Première question, t'es qui? Who is Christina?
Christina is very impulsive, sometimes a bit bossy, but very caring, hardworking, witty, creative. Yeah, I mean, I will not leave you feeling indifferent. I'm a lover-hater kind of girl.
I cannot agree more than that. Second question for me would be, when did you decide and why did you decide to become a real estate broker?
So I was working at the time with my father. So I was working for a company called Gino Newman, which was owned by my father at the time about maybe 5, 6 years ago. And basically, I was there for a few years. I was working in the maternity and plus division. I was a design technician, so I did that for a couple years, and it just didn't feel like my path or what I was supposed to be doing. So eventually, I just, had a nice talk with my dad, and I'm like, I love you, but this isn't for me. So I remember one night we were just talking and, he was like, you should be doing real estate. I see you doing real estate. And I was just like, get out of here. No. And then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, maybe that could be me. Maybe that could be me. No joke, literally a week after that conversation, I signed up for the course. So impulsive, definitely. Did I know what I was getting myself into? No. But once I was finished my courses, once I was on the field, that was a whole other level of just, oh my God. I think there was multiple times throughout the process that I realized, I had no idea what it was going to mean, what it was going to implicate in terms of changes, in terms of what I was about to do, but I honestly haven't looked back, and it's what I'm supposed to be doing, so very happy. Impulsive decision, turned out really good.
Excellent. So I would say that you are becoming more and more successful. You are already successful for me, for what I see from other agents who are not on the team and agents who are on the team. You are doing well. But what helped you? What did you do? What kind of stuff did you consistently do in terms of your work in order to become where you are right now?
I think there's multiple things. I think that's not just a black and white question. I think for work, I definitely worked with JP. I let him know very early on that I was very result-oriented, so I think he was able to put in place a plan for me and, okay, well, this is your short-term goal. Okay, you have to do 20 calls a day, or you have to do, 25 calls a day, and then eventually this is how many transactions you need to aim for every month. This is where you need to be in 3 months' time. So we would always work in increments of 3 months with short-term, moderate, and long-term goals. Okay, moderate goals being like what my results would be at the end of that 3-month term, and then long term after a year, and then, you know, where do you see yourself in 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5 years? So that definitely helped. I think on the day-to-day, I think, you know, good workouts. Yeah. I like to do a workout in the morning. I like to do weight training. I like to do Pilates. I think also just eating good food, or food that's going to give me the energy that I need, because we work long days. So I avoid certain foods that, you know, are going to make me feel tired or make me crash. Sugar is bad. Don't do it. And also, I guess, you know, just positive affirmations. I try to do that even for a few minutes a day. It's something that, to be honest, I've only been doing more consistently recently. And Vince has been telling me since the dawns of time that, you know, this is something you should do. You should do it every day, even if it's for 10 minutes. But it's only recently that I've been doing it more, even if I'd listen to a podcast in the car. You know, for sure in the car, I used to just use that time to call clients and do follow-ups and everything. But even still, especially in the morning, that, you know, 20 minutes that I'm in the car, I try to keep it for, you know, podcasts, positive affirmations, things that are going to set the tone for my day.
Excellent. Excellent. So you mentioned a few things, and one of them was Vince. Yes. Vince is your fiance now.
My fiance, fellow team member,
congratulations.
Superstar. Yeah, thank you.
How do you balance all of that? Because you have success, Vince has success, so that requires a lot of time at work. How do you balance work time and love time, if I can say it like that?
Well, yeah, personal time. I guess it's just, you know, Google Calendar is a big one. You know, the days go by quickly, and, you know, we have enough things on our plate that sometimes it's, okay, we got to do that tomorrow. And then it's just very easy for things to be neglected if you don't set a time for it. So we try to go in as much as possible with like a structure that we follow. Okay, this time is for calls, this time is for appointments, this day is our day together, that we don't book anything. For sure there's exceptions, for sure there's moments, but we always make sure that we make it up. So we have date time, time for ourselves. But I would say just book it in the calendar. If it's not booked in the calendar, it's not happening. 100%.
Right. Excellent. And would you say that it's easy to take vacation and time off?
No, it's not. I think, you know, we're both very, especially just between the two of us, we're very hardworking. We always want to push our limits. We always want to go that extra step. Yeah, but if we just do this. So I think, especially in the last year, we've definitely made more of a point to like, okay, we need to take that time off. And even if it's like, you know, sometimes 7 days is not enough. Sometimes we, you know, this is the first time that we took like a full over 2 weeks. We took almost 3 weeks. We went to Italy, you know, we took our time. I did not really touch my phone. I told people who were looking over my files, I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know till I'm back. I don't want to know. So that was the first time where I really like let go and just wasn't thinking about work at all. And it did me the world of good, honestly. So no, it's not easy to take vacations, but we need to take it, especially with the job that we do. So
excellent. Well, yeah, I cannot agree more in that. Now, let's talk a little bit more about what you do on a daily. So I see you every day. You come in at work. You come into work. I come in. It's not always with the greatest mood for myself. I can talk about it. But every time I see you, you do have a smile. You always push, and you always, I don't know, like as soon as I see you, I know that you are in a good mood. Well, I think she's in a good mood every time I see her, but it's not always the case. Obviously, transactions are hard and stuff like that. Yeah. But you keep the energy up. How do you do that? And can you give some tips to the agents who are listening on how to keep a good energy at work?
Caffeine is important. Take some. No, but jokes aside, it is important, but no, I think it's a mix of things. I think it's, you know, bringing back to what I said before, I think it's what you put in your body. It's what you expose yourself to in the morning. Those are all things that set the tone for your day. that workout. Okay, some mornings especially, it's the days where you don't want to do it, the days where you're like, I just want to stay in bed a little bit longer. I don't want to do this. I don't want my day to start. Those are the days where you got to get up, and those are the days where you got to do the thing that's going to get you out of your comfort zone, because every time I've ever done it, when I wasn't feeling 100%, I was always thankful that I did. Even if the day didn't bring me the results that I wanted, I was in a frame of mind that I was able to handle it better. So then it's like, okay, I got that extra notch under my belt. Okay, it didn't work out the way I wanted today, but tomorrow's another day. We'll put a pin in it today. We'll go back tomorrow. And then you do it again. And then you're like, you know what? Okay, not the best day, but we're going to do it again. Sometimes we cry. It's okay to cry. Don't cry in public. And then just do it again.
Yeah, it does happen sometimes.
It does. It does.
Coachings and trainings that we have with the team.
Yeah.
We have 3 a week. Could be considered as a lot, but in my opinion, and I know that it's probably your opinion too, it is really important for us to meet 3 times a week and to teach or learn stuff depending on which position you're handling.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that, and what did that bring you in your work or in your knowledge for the work?
I think, the trainings that we get every week, we have 3 trainings a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for about half an hour each time. That's just value. It's structured time in our schedule to, always be, thinking, what more could we do? What's a better system we can implement to better serve our clients so that we stand out amongst our competitors, so that we're able to keep the standards for the team high and the level of caliber of the agents on the team. So I think it's really, really important. I think, based on the conversations I've had with other people who are on teams, they don't all have that same level of support, that same level of camaraderie and hey, we care about you, we want you to succeed, here are the tools to succeed. Or, you know what, okay, this is working, but what could we do so that you're in a better position to succeed? Because that's really the whole point of being in a team. For sure, you still got to work. For sure, it doesn't come easier if you're being in a team, but there's a better support system. There's a better network. There's opportunities that come with the brand of the team if it's done properly, which in our case, we're lucky that it is. So I definitely think showing up for those meetings every week, there's never any knowledge lost. I think, the fact that we're able to have a good communication, it allows everybody to get to know each other better. And I think it also opens the opportunities for there have been times where team members are like, hey, why don't we do something on this? And then it's like, oh yeah, that's actually a really good idea. So then we're able to just brainstorm all together and just be a big, lifeline of resources in all different aspects of what this job entails.
All right. Well, there's nothing more to say in terms of questions for me, but I do have some yes or no questions for you.
Yes.
Number 1, you're an incredible cookie maker, if I can say it like that. So I've never had better cookies than Christina's cookies. They're matcha and white chocolate cookies. Is that what it is?
They are good. They're very good.
Yeah,
Shout out to Kalina for giving me the recipe. It's actually my best friend's recipe.
Okay, so
she showed me the way. Thank you, Kalina.
Kalina,
you're a rock star.
Give me the recipe.
They're really
good. So, am I gonna have cookies in the next week? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
2.
Less than a week.
Less than a week.
See you Saturday, bud.
All right. Number 2. Are you going to have a better year than 2023 in 2024?
Heck yeah.
Excellent.
Of course.
Excellent. Was your 2023 year better than 2022?
I think in a lot of ways, yes. I think, there was a lot of beautiful personal milestones.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of growth. Yeah. I learned a lot about myself, and I had time to ask myself more introspective questions about what I'm doing with my craft, with, what I'm doing as a career. Yeah. How could I be a better broker? How can I better serve my clients? There was a lot of that. For sure, there was also harder transactions. Yes, I had a lot of really good transactions, but there was a lot of transactions that were very difficult, a lot of which fell as well. So those were moments that were difficult, but I think ultimately made me a better broker. So
Excellent.
as much as it's unfortunate, I do think there's like a positive things to grow and learn from those experiences as well.
Excellent. One last thing before we go, before we're off. What do you have to say to the agents who are currently struggling or not? Maybe they're doing well, but what do you have to tell them to say to someone who's looking for advice right now in the real estate world in Montreal?
Just because we're at the end of 2023 doesn't mean that it's time to stop working, to stop with your momentum, stop picking up the phone and making your calls. All your actions that you're doing today will determine how 2024 is going to start. Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. I think the key to success in doing this job is really just constantly pushing your limits and going out of that comfort zone, because those are the moments where opportunities happen, and those are the moments where, you know, they say, look, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, eventually you're going to plateau. If you keep pushing for more, you're going to get more. So if you keep pushing beyond what is already known to you and familiar, it can only lead to better results and better knowledge, more self-assurance. That's what I think.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for your time.
No problem.
Let's crush 2024 together.